everybody sing out Martin's song. We all need help from above if we want to overcome. From daughters of truth and justice and son.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Humanity Matters. Tonight's episode is called The Road Gets Easy. And I want to introduce you to the host of tonight's show, Albert Torcaso.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hamsters and cats, whatever you may be, today is not another episode of Humanity Matters. Today is a historical episode. So as you may have noticed, really quickly in the credits, opening credits, it says get a notebook. It says get a pen, get a smartphone, whatever it takes for you to write down the many, many things that I am going to say to you tonight. You need to do it. And not because I'm going to tell you need to do it, but tonight we change our life forever. And I know that sounds like hype. I know exactly how it sounds. I want you to either record this episode or take notes or watch the rebroadcast on a future Wednesday. I believe it is a Wednesday. And watch it. And if you see it online, watch the video, watch the entire episode, stop it where you must, take the notes. Because tonight is, well, quite honestly, it's a night that's going to change your life. And I am going to tell you something. Tonight you're going to get angry with me, possibly. Tonight you may get bored. Tonight you may get confused. But tonight is the night I set out to change your life through information, as I am trying to change mine. So I just want to say right now, I'm sorry that I'm going to ask you to take the hard road. I'm sorry that I'm going to ask you to venture in places you never imagined. I'm sorry that I'm going to make you have frustration at times when you do what I ask of you and what you ask of yourself. It is going to hurt physically. It may hurt psychologically. You are going to have to deal with untold stress at times. And you are going to say, why did I ever get into this? This guy is an idiot. You're going to think of all sorts of words. But I promise you this. I promise you that if you will hang with me through this episode, and if you will start living your life in the way that we all must start to realize we can, you're going to have a life-changing experience. So without getting into everything, we're going to do the best we can. I have a whole list of things I want to say to you. But this is what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to start considering starting a business. Now, I have a few online businesses that have not worked out for me yet because of many of the frustrations. I have defective equipment that you will actually see part of the defective equipment on the video that's coming up later. But there's a lot of reasons that I have roadblocks. But I am not going to live my life for the rest of my life the way that I have lived my life up until this point. I refuse to be impoverished financially or spiritually or any other way. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of opening words. And you're probably thinking, well, it's a lot of hot air. That's okay. I understand. So let's get down to some things that aren't a lot of hot air. I have in front of me 4 books. 4 books that I've read 2. I've been reading 2 of the 4. And I will read many more books. All of these books plus many more. But we're going to get down to the other business at hand. But before we even start that, I'm going to show you the names of these books. And frankly, I or Annette will tell you the names. This one is called The Automatic Millionaire. And it's by David Bach. You can probably get that at the library, so it won't cost you any money. If you can't, you can get it at a bookstore, such as what I have. You may be able to get it online at eBay or an Amazon or any kind of online place. This one is The Automatic Millionaire. This one is considered the most important and frankly the best ever self-improvement book ever. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now the next two books, they're pretty special. These other ones are special too, don't get me wrong. This one is Multiple Streams of Internet Income. Multiple Streams of Internet Income. That's by Robert G. Allen. Okay? Multiple Streams of Internet Income. And no, I'm not pushing these books. I'm not advertising. I'll explain in a minute what's going on. This one is The 1 Minute Millionaire by Robert G. Allen and Mark Victor Hansen. Now, why did I put out these books? Why does it seem like I'm doing a book club, such as another famous talk show host? Well, it's because if you follow the Robert G. Allen Multiple Streams of Income, it is very likely you're going to find an income through the internet. If you read his other book, The 1 Minute Millionaire, you will find ways to start getting wealth. Your results may vary. It depends on your skill level. It depends on your belief system. So we have to say that for legal reasons. Your results may vary. But if you read these books, The 1 Minute Millionaire, The Multiple Streams of Income, then you go on to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. That tells you how to start dealing with people and making them realize that you do care about them. And it helps you to start to care more about people and where they're coming from. And then finally, The Automatic Millionaire. Now this book teaches you how to incur or accumulate wealth. I haven't read enough of it yet to tell you if it has anything to do with businesses per se, but it tells you how to achieve wealth with what you have now. So these 4 books, and there are many, many more books, these 4 books, and literally hundreds, need to be your new manuals. Not because I suggest them. There are other books similar to this that will probably achieve the same results. But I want to tell you, I got to go a little bit sidebar on this one. I got to tell you a little bit about the multiple streams of internet income. The gentleman, Robert G. Allen, has made many millions of dollars through real estate and also the internet. And I don't want to hype anything up. In fact, later I'll talk to you about fighting to earn your first dollar online and being excited that you've earned your first $1 bill online. Yes, I want you to be excited when you earn $1. I'll get into that later. But for now, let me tell you a little bit about Robert G. Allen. He has helped to create more millionaires than most anybody else in the United States of America through education. Now, Robert G. Allen, at the time of the printing of this book, which is about 5 or 6 years old, at that time, through real estate and through internet and other business ventures, he had accumulated. Now, don't drop your coffee. If you're drinking coffee, you might want to put it down. I'll give you fair warning. In fact, I won't tell you until you do put it down. So put it down. Give you a couple seconds. 1, 2. Okay, if you didn't put it down, you might drop it. This gentleman from, yes, multiple streams of internet income. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you to borrow it from the library. So that's not advertising because I'm saying you can get it for free. Well, at any rate, at the time of the printing, he had amassed a fortune of $250 million through real estate, through creating wealth, and through the internet. $250 million. Now, my guess is that now if he is still living, which I haven't checked on that, but if he is, and if he continued what he's done, my guess is that he's a billionaire. And the best part of it is, everything I'm going to tell you tonight can happen to you. Everything. Now, you may not make a penny online. You may never make a penny. Depends on what you're willing to do and how much pain you're willing to absorb. Now, I am a guy who tells you the truth. And the truth is, the things I'm going to ask of you, at first, they're going to be extremely, extremely hard. You're going to need to learn things you've never learned. You're going to have fear. But in the end, I am more than confident. And that's why I'm standing at this podium. I am more than confident that you can achieve success. I am not going to say you'll make a penny. But if you read these books and many others, if you listen to the audios that I'm going to talk about later, how you have to literally read every day, and how you have to blog every day, and how you have to market every day. And I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff at you. But if you start doing what I ask you to do, you may not make a penny. But let me just ask you a question. Are you in the city of Pittsburgh, in the United States of America, in the North American continent? Do you happen to know of a team called the Pittsburgh Penguins, who right now, May the 7th, 2013, are playing in the playoffs and have a chance to win the Stanley Cup? Yeah, there was a blooper, the Stanley Cup. If the Penguins are real, and if they have a chance to win the Stanley Cup, and if the net worth of the men on that team are millions of dollars, then I tell you, while I stand here tonight, I tell you, you also will improve your life if you do as I ask. And not because I am asking, but because you deserve a better life. You see, my friends, you deserve to live an abundant life. You deserve to live in abundance. And because of it, I'm asking you to take the hard road. So there's a lot that I told you already, and there's a lot that I need to tell you. But let me just, before we get to the video, let me tell you what the video consists of. It consists of me at my home using my camera because I don't have the technology that I need. So I literally sat down, put my camera on a tripod, and filmed my own computer. And in this video, I am showing you how to start creating a blog. I will not be able to show you the entire video, but online at some point you will be able to see it. However, one of the core things I want you to start doing is to create a blog. Now, you might be nervous, but it is free. Now, I want to make sure before I get to the video, I want to throw some things in there I can't forget to say. If you are profoundly disabled, you can have a blog. If you are visually or audibly challenged, if you're blind or deaf, you can have a blog. If you have dyslexia or you have reading challenges, you can have a blog. If you are considered extraordinarily retarded, you are smart enough to have a blog. There is not one person who will hear my voice, not one, who is incapable out there. You see, my friends, the bad news is you're capable. And that's the bad news. Because now that I know you're capable, I'm not going to let you off the hook. You see, I know that there are people with reading challenges. I know that there are people that have a hard time sitting down. I know there are people with manic depression. I know that there are people with just about anything and everything. I even know there are people with the terminal diseases out there thinking, I don't want to do anything. I just want to live the end of my life in peace. And I understand that. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Don't you think that people love you? Because in the spiritual sense, I love you. I don't want you to leave this world 1 second sooner than you should. And I want you to be able to amass some income, if you have that ability, to leave to those who love you and that will be depending upon you or your funds. And you know what? You know what? It's going to be hard. It's going to be. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another message here. And thank you for watching Humanity Matters on this episode. What you see here and what this video is going to be, first of all, let me apologize for the fact that I do not currently have what they call a screen capturing software. A screen capturing software such as Camtasia usually costs, the best ones cost about $300 to $500 or more. Don't have the funding. So what I'm actually attempting to do with this video that you're watching is I'm going to teach you something today, and it is going to be difficult for you to visibly see it. So I will be telling you and speaking to you about what I'm actually showing you and what I want you to do. Now, what I would like you to do is after this episode, or whenever you see this video and episode of Humanity Matters in the future, whether it is today, next Wednesday, or 10 years from now, what I'm about to show you could potentially help you to earn an income. What's more, whereas I could profit from some other businesses that I am involved in and could actually profit from, in some ways, profit from you joining them, that would be wonderful in the future if that happens. But today is a new day, and it is a new day that will change your life. You may never earn a penny, but this is the day that your life changes for now and the rest of your life. So without further ado, let me explain to you what you're looking at. This is humanitymatters.org. This is actually the site I always tell you to go to, the site that has my videos and the site that has my podcast, the site that has my other content, and quite frankly, other things that I will not speak about on this particular episode, but you need to be at this site. Not because it benefits me, but because it benefits us. Now, having said that, you may be thinking, why am I showing you this video of my website? Well, if you go up here, you can't really see it. Up here where I'm moving, if you can see the mouse, and I hope you can, there's what they call an address bar for people who don't know anything about the internet. You would see it says humanitymatters.org. I don't have the triple W in there. I have humanitymatters.org at this current time. This is what they call my blog. And my blog has over 770 posts on it. Posts of content, video, podcasts, and contextual text. Now, why does this matter to you? It's because of what I'm about to do. As I said, I own the domain. I own the domain name humanitymatters.org, but I am hosting it on a blogger.com blog. What I am having you do today is learn how to create your own blog. So this is the end result. There's a reason why I'm not scrolling down. And that reason is I could be on borderline. Let's just say that I'm not for a reason, and we'll leave it at that. You may see this text, if you could see it here, and it opens up, Humanity Matters is changing. It will remain all that it always has been. However, it will now be an outlet for blah, 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 blah. So in other words, I'm adding things to it. Okay, so enough about humanitymatters.org. How does it apply to you? Well, exactly how I'm going to show you. If you will go to, and it takes a while for my computer to run, you will see over here on the right, it has my email address already populated. It has, in protection, it has one of my passwords already populated. If I were to sign in, I would be going to what they call the dashboard area, which we will go through with. But right now, before I sign in, if you will go, and you may see this address, which is more than I typed in. But I want you to type in the address when you go here, blogger.com. That's B. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another message here. And thank you for watching Humanity Matters on this episode. See, I'm sorry, but you really can't see what you need to see. That's basically because, quite honestly, I don't have screen capturing software. However, you would see that I own 5 blogs. I sublet one of them is sublet to me. In other words, somebody made it for me, but it basically turned it over to me. It says Humanity Matters. That's humanitymatters.org. Then I have Pittsburgh Producers, which is for fellow Pittsburgh Public Access TV producers and any producer in the Pittsburgh area. Then I have Albert Torcaso's News, Videos, Updates, and More. That's another blog I own. And of course, Albert Speaks About Life. That's originally the first blog I ever owned. If you can see it, you will see I have 765 posts. But enough about that. That is not what is relevant. And unfortunately, Blogger has frozen up. So I am going to have to explain to you what I would have liked to show you. All right, well, it's unfroze. Let's go back over to, hopefully this will show up. If it shows, okay, well, that's not it. The advertisement is not what I wanted. I don't know if I was hijacked there or not. I certainly did not pick the advertisement. So being that that's the case, that somehow I got hijacked, we're getting rid of that. I won't play that game. Now here I'm going to go into the search engine and type in once again, gmail.com. Now, it may not work. It takes a while. Here's what you need to do. I made a mistake on this, in the sense I didn't give you the one step. In order for you to create a blog here at Blogger, you need to have a Gmail account. Now, if this ever shows up, it's already loading, unfortunately loading my Gmail. That's not what I wanted it to do, but it's going to. But at any rate, let's get out of that because people don't need to be seeing my Gmail. It's not relevant. So at any rate, you want to go, let me take you through the steps again because I kind of screwed up. You go to gmail.com. Get yourself a Gmail email account. Get yourself a Gmail email password. From there, once you actually have your Gmail account, then you go to Blogger, and then you go to where it said create a blog. Now, if I sign out, in theory, I could create a new blog to demonstrate. I don't want to go through that step because, to be quite honest with you, it takes a while. And not only that, I don't believe in deleting a blog once I actually created it. Now, I do want you to see why I want you to create a blog. However, Google Chrome is freezing up. So, I'm not exactly sure why all these things are coming on. Computers can be a real pain in the grass. Okay, just so that you know. But there's a reason why I want you to do the things that I'm telling you. Now, if I can get to this part to open up. Yes, my computer freezes up a lot. You will see, oops, let's try it again. You may not see it. There's a part that says Overview, Post, Pages, Comments, Google+, Stats, Earnings, Layout, Template, and Settings. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about something. Once you create your blog, you want to do a few things. You want to make your first post. Now, if you notice this part orange, yes, I'm going to use my finger. This orange part is the symbol to create a brand new post. You click on that, you can create what they call a post. But I want you to look over here where it says layout. This is how you will actually set up and decide what kind of template and layout you want for your blog. And you will need to do that, but don't worry, it's not hard. They tell you how to do it, it's not hard. Now, if you notice here, there's a tab that says earnings. This is the whole reason why I want you to create a blog. That's right. Now we're getting to the potatoes, the meat, the French fries, and the spinach. This here has the potential to earn you money. So here are the 3 big steps. And there's a few more, but you'll get through it, so don't let it stress you out. First, you go to you go to gmail.com, get yourself a Gmail account. Then you go to blogger.com and you create yourself a blog, and there'll be a section where you name it. And don't worry about what you're going to write about. Well, we can do that another time. We can talk about that another time. Get your blog set up. When you do, you're going to do something else. You're going to go to AdSense. You'll click on where it says earnings. Okay? You'll go where it says earnings and you'll click on that. And then you'll look up your earnings. Now, you won't have any earnings because you don't have an AdSense account yet. But you will. You'll have to set that up also. So you'll actually be setting up 3 to 4 basically accounts, and you can do this all within an hour, hour and a half. Eventually you're going to go to earnings and you'll get your your AdSense account. Now, if you look down here where it says layout, you may not be able to see it. There's a thing that says layout. You would go to layout. When you go to layout, let's see if it lets me click on it. I hope it will. But with Google Chrome, I always have a problem. I don't know if you saw that click on there. It said pages weren't loading. It gets to be a real pain in the grass. You might want to use Mozilla Firefox. It works a little bit better. If you have Internet Explorer, whatever version you have, it may be okay. Doesn't matter how you get to the show, just get to it. Now once you do, what you're going to see here, if it ever decides to load up, and if you don't, I'll just tell you what it is. You would actually see, if it ever loaded up, a layout. And then when you're in layout, once you have your blog set up, there are places you can put widgets. And you would click on it, says add a gadget. I hope something comes up. It probably won't. It might. But it would say add a gadget. You would click on that. And then, after you had successfully set up your AdSense account, you can go to where it says, here you go. You can't really see it, but it says add a gadget. You could click on that, for example. And when you click on it, a smaller window comes up. And you scroll down and you look for what it says AdSense. Now, I'm going to attempt to see if this will work. I will show you something down here of all the things I have. I'm trying to find one. Yeah. Down here is an AdSense ad. Now, what is that? Well, what that is when you are doing content, you're writing your blog. Maybe you're talking about a baseball game. Well, if you're talking about baseball, AdSense will create their own ad based on the content's relevance. And maybe they'll have something about a baseball game or some kind of sporting article. If people to your blog go and click on that AdSense ad, and they do what they call click through, at that point, you will actually earn a penny or whatever it is. And if you get to a $100 threshold, no matter when it takes, if it takes 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years, once you get to a $100 threshold with AdSense, you will earn $100. There are people online making an immense amount of money through AdSense and many other affiliate networks. That's why you make a blog. That should not be your only motivation, but that is one. Now I'm getting ready to close out this video, go back to the live portion, and I want you to look one more time at humanitymatters.org, because I want to show you something. When you do the template and you get into all of those other aspects that can be difficult, but you'll get through it, you will have a chance to put your own picture or a predefined picture. And so you can have a template similar to mine, similar to humanitymatters.org, and then you can have other things on it, which actually I'm going to close out of here. I don't want you to see it because I don't want to be accused of anything. But let's just say, let me get down to the business at hand. Having a blog has a potential to earn you extra money in your life. And my blog has been a blog in progress or process. Yeah, progress. And I've changed it many, many, many times over the last 9.5 years. You may see some of these gadgets here. This is a flag counter that demonstrates how many people who've come since I put this. I've actually have a lot more people than the number here, but this is since I put this on about a year ago, and it reads 15,422 page views, and I've had 86 flags from different countries. 86 different countries have visited humanitymatters.org. You'll see here, this is an AdSense ad, which it says free knee pain relief. Why that's there, why they chose that, I don't know. But that is what happens. Now, if somebody clicks on that, and they do what they call click-through, if enough people were to click through that, you can earn an income. But let's get out of here if I can shut this down. And then you're just going to see a blank computer pretty much. But before I go back to the live portion, let me review. You want, and this is just, don't bother look at this part where it says warning, unresponsive script. That's just something, technical problems that your computer probably won't have. And like I said, I have a lot of issues with my machine, but that's life. This is just a technical thing. You don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about it. You look at it. I'll get rid of it soon. Matter of fact, the best way to do that is just go to my antivirus protection, just so you don't have to see that. Anyway, getting back to the business at hand. To review, you want to create a Gmail account. Then you want to create a blog on Blogger. Once you do that and you get everything set up, it may take you a day or two depending on how much you know, or even a week. It does, whatever it takes. Once you get that set up, go and get yourself a Google AdSense account. Once you do that, you will then place widgets that will eventually attract, hopefully, your visitors. And if they click on it, you can earn an income. Now, you might say, how much? Well, we can't never say anything. Your results may vary, but there's no way for us to really know that, simply because we don't know what kind of traffic you would have. We don't know how serious you will be about posting blogs. But what I just gave you is a potential to earn an online income. And I did not tell you about some of the businesses that I'm involved with that can also earn you an online income. What I've essentially done in this video is given you a free gift. 100% free and clear. You can actually get these things organized and have the potential to earn an online income. Maybe an extra income. Now, it may take you many years before you see any results. But the bottom line is this. That is a potential to earn you an income. What I would suggest you do is some research and learn about it. Buy books about Google AdSense. Check on Yahoo. I mean, not Yahoo, but Yahoo.com, but also YouTube. But bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed a chance for you to get set up and possibly start earning an online income. Now with that, let's go ahead and go back to the live portion to work with the show until it's over for this episode. But your job has just begun, and you will have a brand new life if you will just work to get educated. We can't promise you'll ever make a penny, but we can promise you will learn how to potentially do that. Well, as you can see in that video, as I said, things don't necessarily work out the way you want. There's actually screen capturing software programs that you can buy, and if you do that, they're rather expensive, most of them, but there is one very good one that I won't mention because that may be considered advertisement, but there are other ways to improve upon that video. And you may not have seen, but you will see that there will be, if you see the second part of the video, you're going to see there are some things that I go through where the computer freezes up. I know that there are 2 calls on the line. I'm going to ask them to hold on, and when they do get through, they're to have, please have only 1 question, and please have it be on topic. You can say your hellos, that's fine, but we want to reduce the amount per call only because we want to get more callers in, because remember, this is a life-changing experience tonight. Any rate, let me get down to why I made that video. You need to make a blog because you can potentially earn an income for free on the internet. Now let me explain exactly what I'm talking about. First, you need to have a Gmail email account. And I will get to the third call too. You need a Gmail email account. So you would go to gmail.com and you would create an email address. Once that's done, you want to go to Blogger. And when you go to Blogger, what you want to do is create a blog, which some of the video hopefully will show you that. And so you go through the process, and it's not that hard, believe me, it's not. You go through the process, we'll get to those 3 calls. You will go through the process and you will create your blog. And then there are different things. You will see that when you are signed in, there are, and I speak about it hopefully in this video, but there's an overview, there's a section that says post, layout, earnings, what have you. So when you get to, you create the blog, at that point you want to go to another tab or new window. Once you have your blog created and you have your Gmail from Google, which is Gmail, once you have all that, you want to go and get an AdSense account and sign up for that. You will need your SSI, Social Security number, once you go to AdSense, and you will need your just your Social Security number and a way that they can pay you once you achieve the threshold, which that's another time. But basically what I'm telling you is that if you create a blog account, a blogger account, and if you create a Gmail and you get an AdSense, you will have the potential to earn an income. But it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be easy like that. Those parts are easy. But the only way you will ever get a penny through AdSense, what you have to do is you have to drive traffic to your website. And the best way to do that is to blog every single day. The best way to do that is to tell people on Twitter or on Facebook or on YouTube by doing a quick video. So there are going to be things that we may get to talk about tonight, we may not get to talk about, but there are going to be things. Now you might be thinking to yourself, I don't have time for this. I work taking care of my family, taking care of the kids. If you have enough time to make a post on Twitter, or if you have enough time to make a post on Facebook, or if you have enough time to send a text to your friends or your family or your coworkers, you have the capacity to transform those activities into activities that can actually start to potentially earn you an income. And let me just give you a disclosure or give you some information that you don't know. I'm involved with a couple of online businesses. And one of the things that they want you to do is bring new people in. And it is a membership site. And actually, by telling you to do this thing with Blogger, I'm essentially undercutting myself and I'm competing with myself. So most people would not do that. You don't see infomercials where they tell you how to do something. They don't say, oh, by the way, this is free. So I'm giving you a gift. I'm giving you something free, even if it costs me money. Why am I doing that? Because when I say I care about you, I really do. So yeah, I'm involved with a few companies that have the potential to change my life. Now, I'm about to go to these calls. I am not going to spend a whole lot of time tonight on calls, not to be mean. I do appreciate you, but we've got to get the rest of this in because what we're doing tonight is trying to change your life. But before we even get to those calls, I want to tell you something. If you wrote one text in the last 10 days, that's one blog. Let's say you write a text, one text a day. You can write one blog a day. Now, you want to eventually do 300 to 600 words in your blog every day. But let's say you wrote 300, well, let's say 50 words, at least 50 to 60 words a day in your blog. That's good enough for a start. And then you're going to need to learn about keywords. And you're going to need to learn a whole lot of stuff that we're not going to have time today. But the good news is that I'm also talking a lot about these things that you need to do, these changes that you need to make. I'm doing a whole lot of that on my YouTube channel. So if you look for me on YouTube, Albert Torcaso, Torcaso, and you look for me on Google, and you look for me on Blogger, and you take massive action, you could be on your way to earning an income. You may not make a penny, but if you read these books and read other books like it, you start taking action on what you are learning. I don't care if your IQ is 33 and you're considered profoundly retarded. I don't care. You out there can start making enough money in your life. You have the potential to make enough money in your life that you can have your part-time job or your part-time business, which would be your internet business, could start earning you as much or more than you make in your career now. And I might throw this at you. There are people right now in this other thing that I'm involved with. They started out, some of these guys were doctors. They started out making zero money, 0 cents. And they kept at it. And they didn't let anything stop them. And now there are doctors that are retiring from being a doctor because not only are they making more money than they did as a doctor, but they are having more time with their family. And here's the kicker, They're having what's called residual income, whereas you do the work once and you get paid for it every month or week or whatever it is for a lifetime. They're doing it. Now, I don't want to give you all the hype and all this great information because, quite honestly, you're sitting there, you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's not me. That's never going to happen to me. Well, first of all, stop that kind of thinking. It will happen. I can't promise you'll make a penny, but I can promise if you will get educated, you will find a way to make that money. You will find a way to have more money than you have ever had in your life, and you will have real freedom, real financial security, and things that you have never thought possible. And I want to throw something at you. I want this to get into your head, and I don't mean that in a condescending way. Right now, I'm on disability because of my medical condition. President Obama, so there's a little bit of politics before we get to the phones. We have to do this. President Obama is in the process of negotiating with the Republican Party, and I'm sorry for the Republicans out there, this is the party who wants this to happen. They want budget cuts in the Social Security and the cost of living increases. What does all that mean? We're not going to go into the political side of it. What this means is that little increase of maybe $10 to $20 that you used to get every single year may suddenly not be there. And it also means that some of the copays that you pay out of your Medicare or Medicaid or all that, down the line, a lot of these things are either going to disappear where instead of paying $5 copay, maybe you got to pay $40. I know it's crazy, but the point is we need self-reliance. We can't depend on, when we have a Democratic president who purported to do the opposite, agreeing to cuts in Social Security, and I like the president, but I disagree with his position on this, but he's willing to do that, so that's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt me. But you know what? That's okay, because if you start doing these things, you won't ever have to worry about that again. There are things that you will change in your life that will just freak you out. So you know what? I lost the call, so be it. But I'll go to these two calls. Remember, I'm not going to be on the phone all day. It's not because I'm being mean, but we have a lot to get done. We got to change your life. I'm here to change your life. Caller number 1, you're on the air.
Hello?
Caller number 1.
Hi.
Huh?
Hello? 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 Are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Go for it. What's your question?
I don't have no question. I got something to tell you.
Well, what do you got to tell me? Make it quick, kid.
Okay, today's Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2013. Happy birthday to Ryan, Brian, and Dave, Michael, Starbright, Lynn, August, Martha Wise, Lloyd, Ellen, Randy, Steve, Daryl, Daniel, and Russell. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Hello to Gary, Jose, Chuck, Caleb, Ben, Scott, Mike, Steve, Stan, Zach, Otto, and Harvey. And our prayers, thoughts, and the condolences to the Frank, Cook family, Long family, Robinson family. Sophie Maslov is in the hospital, so hopefully she gets well. Kistler family. Happy, safe Memorial Day to all.
All right, and now what's your question?
Okay, you said in the beginning, you're sorry, you're sorry, you're sorry, you're sorry.
Right.
If you love somebody, you won't ever have to say you're sorry. Sorry means you won't ever do it again.
Well, I will do it again, and I'll tell you why.
So
I
that
want
means you're
you.
not sorry.
Well, I am sorry, but I will do it again.
But sorry-
Because, wait a minute, let me defend myself.
Hi, Annette.
Hi.
Because, let me tell you something. We're changing our life, and that includes you, young lady. This is happening. This is not some kind of a fantasy here. This is happening. You can count on it. Just as sure as our Pittsburgh Penguins are playing in a playoff game tonight, and they better win 5-0, but we won't go there.
Okay, hold out your hand again so we can shake hands.
Yeah.
That's Raven. Hi.
Hey, how
Yeah,
you
there
doing?
you go.
All right, at any rate, well, come on, this is serious. At any rate, just as sure as the Penguins are a sports team, and the Lakers are a sports team, and the Yankees are a sports team, I'm telling you it's our turn to start earning a living, and we will.
Well,
I
that ain't
can't
ours
promise
then.
how, but we're going to find a way to overcome financial woes. So do you have anything to say?
No? Are you coming here for dinner? Okay, I got a question to ask you, and then this is a serious one. You coming for dinner?
I will answer that when I am off the show.
Well, you said ask a question. You didn't say what question to ask, so I'm asking you a question.
I
And
said
if you wanna know
pertaining
what's for
to
dinner,
what.
it's breaded fried bananas.
All right, well, I'm not commenting on that. I gotta go. She's silly.
I made Annette laugh.
Well, I'm glad. Well, we're gonna move on to the next call, young
Sounds
lady.
good.
You don't stop her. You guys be careful and stay safe, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, God bless you.
God
Good
bless
night.
you. God bless America.
That's right. Good night.
Bye.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the next call, please. Hello, next call. Oh, we're stuck in the call zone. It's not the twilight zone, it's the caller zone. Hello, are you there, caller?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, what is your question?
What is your topic, first of all?
My topic is changing our lives by creating a blog and other internet income streams. Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because you said you were going to be talking about cancer.
No, we're not going to be talking about cancer tonight.
Okay, because I didn't know you were going. You said you were going to do part of it on cancer. That's why I was
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything about cancer tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about cancer in the future. The only thing I will say is that if people will follow with some of the things I'm recommending, hopefully they will have more money in their life and they'll be able to get better treatment and also have better nutrition to prevent them from getting cancer in the first place. But what comments do you want to give to us tonight?
One thing is about changing lives. You know, there are people that are trying to get jobs and they don't being hired because they don't have the experience. But one way they can get the experience is maybe volunteering at a facility, and then once they get the experience, then they'll be able to make it easier for them to get hired. For example, there's a place that I know in McKeesport that have a lot of volunteer opportunities that once they get the experience could lead to full-time employment and maybe lead to a career.
Well, that's an okay thing, but that really doesn't pertain to tonight. And actually, we're trying to do better than careers. What we're doing tonight is actually better than just a job or better than a career. So actually, I'm glad you called, but I'm going to move on to the next caller. So do you have any last words you would like to say to us?
Well, when you say that that's not part of it, but that also could open up a door to get them to where they need to go. You know,
It could,
it's like
but
baby steps. You just can't take one big giant step and just leap into a battleship, if you know what I mean. You guys,
well, that's another time to discuss that. I actually would not agree with that statement, but how about we talk about that some other time? So I'm going to go ahead and cut the call, and I'll talk to you in the future, young man.
See you, Chris.
bye.
Good night. God bless you. Do we have any more calls?
Yes, it's me. It's Diane.
All right, let's make it quickly,
Hi,
Diane. We're running out of time.
I know you're running out of time. Now, how come you didn't have the guest on who has about these books and talk about the blog? Is it hard to do, Al? You can answer the question. This blog is hard to do?
No, it's not
Can you
actually
teach me
hard.
and Rose?
Yeah, well, actually, I can try to teach you, but also you can learn it on your own. You have all the skill sets you need, and that's what I'm trying to get across to everybody listening. It's not that I'm trying to be mean to my callers, just I don't want people to think that. It's because I want us to realize that this is about changing your life as of tonight. As a matter of fact, Diane, here's what I want you to do tonight or tomorrow. You go on to the internet and look up blogger.com. If you need help, get some help from somebody that helps people.
Well, you can help me tonight, and I'll spell it.
I won't be able to help you physically, though. But
No,
you can
I
go
know,
there.
but you can spell it to me tonight.
Right, I'll do that, but it's on this video. Oh, no, it's not on the video. All right, I'll help you tonight, but do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, if you skip somebody's birthday, the comedian Don Rickles' birthday is today, and he's 87 years old today. Don Rickles, you remember him?
I remember him. Happy birthday, Don Wrinkles. Well, Diane, it's 6:43, so I'm going to have to get moving.
I know, we
with
all
others.
love you, and Lord loves you, and you know what? Tell everybody out there, put that seatbelt on. And
I will
you-
do
and
that.
You too.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for your calls. Let me just say this. I know that it seems like I'm pushing the calls off. That's not it. I do want my callers to call in. Now, what Diane said is she wants me to call her tonight, which I will at 1 a.m. She'll actually call me. But for all of you out there, you know, the thing is, I want you to do this starting tomorrow. And I'm talking about my friend Glenn Seals. I want him to get online tomorrow, and Reverend Rosemary Seals. I want my sister Diane Torcaso. I want my family member Kathy Payer. I want every one of you who've ever watched any episode that I've done to promise yourself, not me, promise yourself that you're going to work to get financial independence. Now look, reading these books, it's not the easiest thing to do. I read the entire Win Friends book. For whatever reason, maybe I was tired, but I really didn't retain anything, so I'm going to read it as many times as needed. And I read the Win Friends, and I'm reading the internet, multiple streams of internet income. And I read a little bit of that, and it's a good book. It's going to teach you how to get paid. Excuse me for the slang. It will teach you how to have the potential to generate an online income. And we are talking about a significant amount of money. Now, this book here, this one, of all of them so far, now I like the multiple streams of income. It's great. This book right here, The Automatic Millionaire. Boy, I'll tell you what. I've read about maybe 21 pages of that book. And it tells of this family who was only making a modest living. And within 30 years, they did automatic savings, and they became automatic millionaires. The man was making less than $50,000 a year, but the things that they applied to their life, the things that they were willing to do without, and the way they managed themselves and just had everything become automatic, they ended up with a retirement of over $2 million. $2 million. So when we apply this book and we look at the multiple streams of income, and then we take the other one, the automatic millionaire, they're totally different. They don't actually correspond in any way, really, or overlap. But these are manuals to start changing your life. But here's the thing. I got to kind of change things up a little bit. I may get to the second video, I may not. I want to, but I promise you the entire 21-minute video will be added to the online episode, so you'll have about an hour and 23 minutes episode when it's online. So I'm going to do my best to motivate you and to teach you for those who don't know, but I want to talk to all of you out there who are needs-based disabled, or you're a senior citizen and you're on Social Security. And let me tell you something. You're surviving on $700 or $800. Maybe you're lucky. Maybe you get $1,400. If you get regular Social Security, it's based on a portion of whatever you made. But if that's your only source of revenue or income, that's not the way to live your life. And you lose so much. You don't get the chance to pay for your animals when they need emergency surgery because you don't have $5,000 or $10,000. So you watch your animals expire. Or you may have parents or family members who get that cancer that Chris was talking about, and they don't get the best treatment. And maybe they don't get the experimental drugs, and they don't live as long as they should. Or maybe you have cancer, or maybe you have some dreaded disease, and you're just fed up. You want to give up, and you don't have any more hope. And I don't know what it is in your life, but I know that you deserve better. You deserve to live an abundant life. So if you get nothing else out of this episode, get that. And if you're on Social Security and you're a needs-based disabled American, let me tell you something. To do the things I'm asking you is going to be very frightening, because at some point, if this works out for you, you're going to earn enough money that you'll have to leave Social Security. You'll have to lose your medical benefits. And it scares the heck out of you. And I know that. And I still want you to do it. But I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to terrorize you like I was a Freddy Krueger or a Frankenstein. I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you smile. Right here, right now, possibly. If you're a needs-based American on Social Security or disability, and you have to leave SSI because you're making enough money, and then they take you off of your medical benefits, and you're thinking, my God, what am I going to do? Remember earlier I said I don't like what Obama's doing with negotiating to lower the cost of living increases? Remember how I kind of bawled him out? Well, he did something right. The Affordable Health Care Act, also known as Obamacare, has in the law that even if you are a pre-existing condition patient, you can no longer be turned down for medical benefits. Now you might think I'm going to go off on a tangent. No, not today. What that means is if you have to leave Social Security, if you have to leave your Medicare or Medicaid, you will be able to still get covered by the private industry insurance. Private industry. Means you can't be turned down now. Now, it's true, it may cost you more, or you may have to get in some exchanges or something. But what that means is now, because of that law, you can actually get a life. You can plan for your retirement. You can plan to become an automatic millionaire. You can start an online business, all because of the Affordable Health Care Act. Now, it may not be pretty. It may cost us more money. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's going to make needs-based Americans and people depending on Social Security have true freedom. So don't be afraid. If you do everything that I ask of you and of all these other books ask of you, and you start to actually make more income than you ever have in your life, and you go to Social Security and you report it and they say, you made too much money. We have to take you off Social Security. Or they say, you made too much money. You owe us $30,000. Well, guess what? If you made and you have an extra $30,000 to $50,000 by that time, guess what? It's not going to affect you. But let me say this. As soon as you start this, when you make your very first penny, you want to report it to the Social Security so that you don't end up having to pay them back. It's better to be taken off than it is to be paying back. Now, there's a few things I need to hurry up and get done, so we probably won't get to that video. We only have about 6 minutes. And I'm literally going to read from here. I hate doing it, but I am. We wanted to cover making a blog, getting an email address, setting up an AdSense account, setting up your blogger templates and settings, which is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking, but you'll learn. Adding a gadget in your blogger template, then selecting AdSense. That's something you'll need to do in the future. A widget in order to start drawing traffic to your AdSense ads once it's set up. What that means is when people start reading your post, if they see the AdSense ad and they click on it, that's when you get credit for what they call a click or a click-through. Okay? Okay, why should you do this? And then this is, why should you start an internet business? How much money is made online? Okay, here. Before we do that, let me give you my new email address that I set up literally last night specifically for you. When you correspond with me, because you're going to have to contact me outside of the TV show if you really want to learn some of the things that I know and that I'm learning. It's L@Human TV. That's right, like a human. LHumanTV@gmail.com. ALHUMANTV@gmail.com. Now, I need to mention before I even tell you why you should do this, why you should get an internet business, and there's a few other things I probably won't get to. I got to mention this. How much money is made online? This is going to astound you. I'm not here to put the hype up there, but this is how much money. There are trillions of dollars being made on the internet every year. That's with a T. And that's not some BS. During this last Christmas season, just during the Christmas season, there was over $50 billion made online. And that includes all internet sales. That includes your brand name companies, your online auction sites, your things like a Craigslist type of thing, all of it. But we're talking about hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars a year being made online. The things I'm telling you about today could potentially start you on that path. Now, what I told you about the blog, now the truth is, even if you set up an AdSense account, unless you learn how to get traffic, you may not make a penny. It took me 9 years to make my first penny on AdSense. Okay, I got 3 minutes. It took me 9 years. But what got me the money was I started getting more traffic because of what I was willing to do. I learned how to do keywords. I put them in every single post. I started reading books like you see here. And I guarantee you one thing. The Albert that you see today, May the 7th, 2013, will not be the same Albert that you see in a year. I'll probably have lost weight. I will have more money in my pocket, God willing. And so can you. And that's why I implore you, when you leave this show in 5 minutes, start checking out what I'm talking about. Definitely look me up on YouTube and Google, and look me up on Twitter. Because if you're only watching this show, you're not going to get all the tools you need and learn all the things you can learn by watching this show. There's at least 10 things I didn't get to you. But there's one thing that I want to say. You deserve a better life. And even if you're a millionaire already, you deserve more time with your family, more free time. You do the things that are in these books and other books, you'll get there. It's going to be a hard road. You'll get there. I know, because guess what I've done? I got about a minute left. You know what I have done in the last 2 weeks? I actually shot over 30 videos. And in 90 days, I will have made 90 or more videos. If I can do that and shoot a video or more every day, I know that you can do these things. That's about all I got a chance to say here. I wanted to read some more, but it's just not going to happen. So that's why you need to check my YouTube page out. It's not self-promotion, it's just a fact. Check me out on Google. Do those types of things. Remember, my friends, that you actually can achieve success in your life, but you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes. My sister Diane is not going to be the same person after today. Today is the last time she will ever be the way she was before today. And the same thing for you. That with all that, I'm sorry Annette didn't get to talk this episode. I apologize. I screwed up.
Okay.
But guess what, Annette? You get to say the tagline.
Well, before I say the tagline,
Oh, you only have a couple seconds. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I hope you were paying attention to all that he was telling you tonight, because it will help to improve your life and make you a better life. And that's what this is all about. And remember that you and humanity really does matter. Hello, everyone. This is Annette Mendel again from Humanity Matters. I want to share some additional information with you tonight, exclusively for the internet, and to benefit you as always, and to benefit us also. Here it goes. This could earn you money. If it does, think of the true freedom you will have. No more suffering in silence while you or loved ones or pets suffer due to lack of funding. Being able to help those you wish to help, such as charities that you care about. Never needing a boss or a CEO to treat you just like another cog in their machine. Make your own income. Be your own boss. Be a leader. And no more retirement worries. Well, that's all I have to say. So stop this video for now and get back to us again in the future. But I want you to learn multiple streams of internet income and start your blogger blog tonight. And we'll see you on the next episode of Human.
Come on, everybody, sing out Martin's song. We all need help from above if we want to overcome. From daughters of truth and justice and sons of liberty, ask not for who the bell tolls. Freedom's bell tolls for you and me. Take the peaceful, easy doorway to freedom. On Liberty Mountain. Come on up to Liberty Mountain, take a little drink from freedom's fountain. Good news splashed on the doorpost, written in crimson. Everybody's welcome. Take God's forgiveness